What's going on, y'all? Happy Wednesday to everybody. So before I head back to work, let me just throw this quick video. So we're going to talk about why LTL, because over time, a number of you guys have asked me, what is so good about LTL? Why do I like it so much? Why did I choose LTL? And things of that nature. So let's go ahead and just touch on that. Now, I always tell you guys, you have to do what works best for you. What works for me may not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. I chose LTL because I've done my research, and before I jump in, just a backstory on me, I've done a lot of different things within trucking. I've worked at the mega carriers. Most of y'all already know I got my start at Stevens. Shout out to Stevens for giving me that opportunity. So I've worked at the mega carriers. I've worked local for big companies. I've done local for mom and pop companies. I've done Fedex ground, pulling the doubles. And here I am today still pulling doubles at an LTL carrier. Most of you guys already know the company that I'm with. If you don't, well, look at the thumbnails. But no, I work at AAA Cooper. Most of y'all already know that. Now, I know a lot of y'all asked me, out of all the companies, LTL, why did I go to AAA Cooper? That's for another video. But let's stay on task. So LTL, it's no secret, guys, that LTL, it's good money. It's good money. But that's not the only reason. With LTL, it just fits me. It works best for me, I'm able to. And by the way, guys, I'm not trying to promote y'all to go on LTL, because at the end of the day, it's up to you guys. It's all up to you. And if you guys don't know what LTL companies are, all you got to do is look at the thumbnail. I pretty much have most of them, not all of them, but most of the big LTL companies out there. So just look at the thumbnail, and you can also look at this picture that's going to pop up right about here. But with LTL, it's good money, it's good benefits. Now, what I'm about to say, guys, I'm not trying to knock y'all that are at truckload carriers, because all of y'all know, I got my start at a truckload. So I know what it's like to be at the mega carriers, making 30, 40 cents a mile. I know what that's like. Now, with LTL, let's touch on P&D real quick. With P&D, you're going to work 5 days, maybe 6, if you volunteer to run Linehaul on the weekends. But with P&D, you come in at your start time, you finish whenever you get done, you go home, you do your pickups, you do your deliveries, and then you're done. Friday rolls around, you come back to the terminal, you put your pallet jack out, and drop your paperwork, and you're done. You don't have to worry about work until Monday, meaning you get your weekends off. You're guaranteed your weekends, so that's more time that you have, with your wife or husband, your kids, and that gives you time to have a social life, Now, granted, with P&D, in most cases, P&D makes less than Linehaul. Now, let's touch on Linehaul. Most of y'all already know that's what I do. With Linehaul, I feel like Linehaul, it gives you more options, You can still do Linehaul and be home every single day or every single night. You can still do 400 to 600 plus miles a day or night. And I say day or night because most of you guys already know you can get a day run, but if you're just coming in, you're going to start off on nights. It is what it is. Now, if you're somebody that just came from being over the road, but you want to do Linehaul, but you kind of still want that OTR feeling, Linehaul, you have that option. You can do the extra board system, same thing. And basically what that is you're going to run, within your region. So if you live, let's say you live in Florida, for example, like myself, if you live in Florida, you're going to run Florida, Georgia, Alabama, the Carolinas, Tennessee, maybe Louisiana. So you're going to run within your region. If you live in the Midwest, you're going to run the Midwest region. Occasionally, you might go to the Southeast, but the point is they're going to keep you, in a loop to where, you'll be able to go home, on your scheduled day, and again, if you want to be home every day, you have that option. If you're somebody that wants to make a quick come up, teaming. Now, that's what I do now. But most of you guys already know, teaming is just one of those things. You either love it or you hate it. And it's not for everybody. So that's another option that you have. You can do teaming, you can do the extra board, or you can run solo. And all three things have one thing in common. You're going to make good money on it. Now, granted, with Linehaul, your CPM is going to be higher than somebody, that's doing truckload, companies like Crete, Swift, Prime, companies like that. The CPM is going to be higher, so the money is good on the Linehaul side. The money's good on the P&D side. So I'm getting at the money's good, benefits, good benefits, good home time, and those are just some of the reasons why I chose LTL. I remember those days when I was fighting, to get miles, It was rough, it was rough out there. But at least here, doing line haul, I know I'm guaranteed my miles. I'm not having to wait hours and hours at a time. I don't have to worry about waiting to get loaded, unloaded. Now, granted, sometimes I might have to wait on one of my trailers to be ready, but it's not like I'm sitting in a dock door for 10 plus hours like how I was when I was doing truckload. And again, guys, I'm not trying to bash y'all because I know a lot of y'all that watch these videos are in the truckload world. I'm not bashing y'all because, like I said, I came from that. So I know and I feel some of the stuff y'all be going through. But, and with LTL too, if I didn't already say, you can move around, so if you get tired of running line haul, when bids come up or if they have an opening, you can jump over to P&D. If you're tired of running nights, you could switch over. Vice versa. If you want to make more money, if you're tired of dealing with customers in the city, you have that option. If you have the seniority and if there's an opening, you can jump over to the line haul side. If, you're tired of being a driver altogether, you can be a dock worker, if that's something, you want to do. So there's room for you to grow, Now, granted, guys, let me touch back on line haul. Granted, you're not going to come in and get 600 plus miles every day or every night. It's not going to happen, because what the difference between truckload and LTL is it's all based on seniority. And I'm going to actually do a separate video where I dive more into seniority, but everything here is based on seniority. So LTL, guys, it works for me. And if you want to make good money, not to say that you can't make good money in truckload, but if you want to make, consistently, good money, I recommend, that you come to LTL.